Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's AJ Wrights Crypto. It is Tuesday, May 7th already. Dude, this year. What is happening? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got the whole squad here. We got GG, chat, Karen Harris, JC, Mr. Mojo, Matt Sauce, Marsh, Chauncey, my best friend in the entire world ever. Everybody, thanks for being here. Do appreciate you all. We got Tristan Gage. Good to see you. Ricky Burris, Ricardo Gomez. Guys, what's going on? And girls, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Got so much to talk today. Got a handful of things. Man, dude, I woke up on the right side of the bed today. I'm not gonna lie. Today I just woke up like I have so much to do. And if sometimes when you have a lot to do in one day, you wake up here like, oh no, I don't want to do it. But then today I was like, you know what? Like, let's just go because it's going to take time and we're going to get it. So May 7th, man, I can't believe it. This year has flown by on me, but I have a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. All right. So first, I need to pull this over because this isn't big enough. Okay, I can do that. All right. Bitcoin. We are in a weird spot. I'm just going to go ahead and say it flat out. We are in a weird spot. Bitcoin is holding 63, but it's hard to the trading conditions are not easy right now. The trading conditions are super tough. I'll say that. Ethereum holding 3, BNB pushing 6, Solana over 150, XRP 53 cents. Doge over 15. As you can see, a lot of the alts like in the past hour haven't really done anything. 24 hours, not that much volatility. Kind of a few 6%ers, like, render back above $10. Definitely been looking at that chart. And then there's a handful of charts that are like, down 2, down 3, like nothing crazy. I feel like we're in kind of like the stall, like the wait and see. It's tough to trade right now. It's really tough to trade right now. I'm not going to lie. Excuse me. So let's take a quick look at the gainers and the losers to isolate that volatility, to try to figure out, where things are going. So we got, a lot of everything that's above 10% outside the top 100. So that's kind of worth noting. And then we have Geo Bowden continuing to get knocked down. I actually bought $100 of that one on Phemex, and it's like at like $40 now or something like that. So not the best. And nothing. Yeah, it's just one of those days where I'm just like, what's gonna happen? Like, we're stuck. I'll say that, and I'll get more into why I'm saying this. I did take a long look at the charts this morning before I drove to the office. Athena up 6%, Render up 5%. I did talk about Render a little bit. I'll show you the chart and show you kind of the idea that I have on that one. See, other than that, like other than Athena and Render, everything is 2%, and then Dog Whip down 6%, but that's only because it popped up so hard. And then we have a handful of like 4 or 5%ers down, from Pepe to Hedera, Polygon, SEI, AVAX, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy going on, really. Like, I really like to use the gainers and the losers to try to figure out, okay, this is up 10%, so it might retrace, or this is down 20%, so it might pop up. Like, that's kind of what. Okay, sorry about that. I did that thing where I pressed the wrong button and it just booted me directly out. Sorry about that. I'm back. No alarm. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. All right. So all I was saying is that we like to use the gainers and the losers to isolate volatility, to figure out, okay, something's up 10%. Maybe we could catch a scalp short. Or something's down 20%. Maybe we can catch a scalp long. Like, maybe there's some volatility here. But really, this is kind of showing us that we got up 6%, up 5%, and that's the gist of it. So like, we're in tough trading conditions. That's the point I'm making. All right. Really interesting article this morning. Crypto researcher here. Let me pull the layovers off for a little bit. Okay, so crypto researcher uncovers alarming tokenomics for this project, sheer greed. And at first I was like, what the hell? And then I realized, oh, I know this guy. So Justin Bonds, the founder CIO of Cyber Capital, Europe's oldest cryptocurrency fund. For the record, I will show you. Okay, of course it doesn't take me to his X profile. He does have a thing of it down here. Okay, for the record, I'll show you before I get into it. It's this guy right here. You might have seen him on some spaces. You might have not. He's like one of those guys that he did some Mario spaces with me. I think I have a Mario space today, actually. I need to text Joe about that. But he's one of those guys that's like super Bitcoin, and like altcoins are a waste of time, and why would you buy meme coins, and they have no place, and just kind of like one of those. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he doesn't really fill the room with joy. I'll say that. He doesn't exactly fill the room with joy. But he does have this Finbull article that came out about the tokenomics with Sui. And I was actually really surprised to read what he's saying here. And I mean, I like Sui. Sui has been a big pick for Ben. From Ben talking about it so much is kind of really what got me into it, to be honest. It was kind of really didn't hit my radar that hard until Ben kind of went in on it. And then I was like, okay, maybe I definitely need to take some time to research this one. And basically saying that the Sui's tokenomic distribution is, married by centralization, a lack of disclosure, and unbridled greed. All right. According to Bonds, SUI claims to have a capped supply of 10 billion tokens, with 52% being unallocated until 2030. However, he points out that over 8 billion SUI tokens are currently being staked, with founders holding an alarming 84% of the stake supply. That's ridiculous. SUI is centralized. The founders control the majority of the supply without lock-ins and zero legal guarantees. He does have this thread about it right here on Twitter. If you want to read it, go check him out. Very interesting post, man. I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit more homework on this. I hold a little bit of SUI, I think less than $5,000, something like that. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I felt that this story, it's one of those things that, when someone really digs under the surface and finds something, they're like, yo, this is actually like really not cool. This is not ethical. What are they doing? I got to give them the credit for it. So there you go. I'll keep it rolling. So the U.S. Bitcoin ETF see record outflows as Hong Kong finally wakes up. Hong Kong counterparts thrive. Surprised to see this because, when the Hong Kong ETF first launched, it was kind of like a flop. I'm not going to say it was a flop, but it was a flop. You know what I'm saying? It was not what everyone expected. And so Hong Kong Bitcoin spot ETFs recorded significant inflows, more than 300 million last week. According to the report, the market saw outflows totaling outflow 251 million, with the net board 9 spot Bitcoin ETFs accounting over 60% of, or 156 million of these outflows. James Butterfield, CoinShares head of research, said, we estimate the average purchase price of these ETFs since launch to be 62.2 per Bitcoin, as the price fell 10% below that level may have triggered automatic sell orders. And, this kind of made me think like, wow, there is going to be a lot more like certain levels with the ETF that have automatic sell orders. I mean, people already do that in crypto, but with the ETF, that's kind of like a more common practice. And that did kind of open my eyes to like when we see Bitcoin kind of hit a level and it triggers one way or the other, that could be an explanation for some of that when it happens. So kind of that's kind of really it. It's just, the US Bitcoin ETFs have kind of been all over the place, but of course I think that, Hong Kong going to wake up a little bit over time. Crypto Face has always kind of, we had to talk about this last week, that like, I was like, man, like, what's it going to take for, for like the true bull run to come back? Like, what's going to save the bull run, And his answers basically has been and has been China. China will. There have been, it's good to see Hong Kong getting involved, but it's not the entirety of China, and that when you've seen China in the past, they have been responsible for a lot of liquidity, especially like back in the 2020s, 2019s, and stuff like that. So that is certainly keep an eye on the inflows of the Hong Kong ETF. That's basically what I'm saying. I think the American one is kind of going to be a little bit all over the place. I feel like obviously the hype got us to where we are. But I feel like it's going to take, with Bitcoin being like global, global around the world, we do got to pay attention to the inflows of everywhere else, and they might like impact or offset what's happening here. And that has obviously seemed to be the case with the Bitcoin US ETF seeing record outflows as Hong Kong's waking up. So really, Hong Kong has held us maybe. Or at least a little bit to the support resistance levels that we're holding above 60,000. We do have a bunch of regulatory kind of stuff I'm not going to beat it up too much. I do want to get into the rest of the show. I want to get in the charts. I want to rate my portfolio if anyone wants to do that. I got a couple other stories that I want to pull here, but I do want to spend maybe 5 minutes talking about this. Michael Saylor predicts SEC crackdown on major altcoins. This came out later last night, this story here, and I saved it on my laptop. Basically the SEC he's forecasting that the SEC is going to target altcoins, reshaping crypto trading. This isn't a surprise to hear, especially from him, as he is, heavy Bitcoin MicroStrategy type guy. I don't think he's completely in the boat with Max Keiser, where Max Keiser's like, oh, anything that's not Bitcoin's a scam, Ethereum's a shitcoin, XRP's a shitcoin. I mean, Max Keiser, oh my God, he went off at Bitcoin Miami. And that interaction between him and BitBoy was absolutely hilarious. But for Michael Saylor, Saylor's incentivized to say that altcoins won't compete with Bitcoin. Of course, Michael Saylor, of all people, is going to say that because his life is literally on the line. He has so much invested in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin winning, of course he would say this, but at the same time, I do see where he's coming from, that he is worried about altcoin supporters with the potential SEC crackdown, and that has already been a lot of the truth here with the SEC Operation Choke Point 2.0, them being hesitant over the Ethereum ETF. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to anybody, right? The coming weeks are crucial, is what he's saying. And I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong that the coming weeks are certainly a big deal. The CTFC chairman forewarns increased crypto enforcement. Big surprise. CFTC chairman Rostin Benem signals upcoming enforcement actions due to the rapid growth of the cryptocurrency sector. This feels like it was written by Chat GPT, but but when the guy's giving a warning of increased crypto enforcement, I do believe it, especially if it's coming from the CFTC. Here we go. So according to Benham, legislative challenges are compounded by the limited congressional sessions available before elections. Let me say that one more time. According to Benham, the CFTC chairman, legislative challenges are compounded by the limited congressional sessions available before elections. Is there a possibility that Biden and the squad are going to try to put the hammer down on their way out the door to try to, set it up so the next administration has to deal with what they did, or so, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a chance that something, and when you even see Robinhood, basically like the teacher's pet of stock crypto apps, getting a Wells notice. Yeah, it's starting to think, wow, they really are going after everyone if they're going after Robinhood. We did talk about that yesterday. And he remains hopeful, however, noting legislators' keen interest in bridging the regulatory gaps, especially concerning stable coins. And I still am stuck on this, man. I don't want to go too far in the regulatory stuff. I know you guys want picks and charts and trades. I understand that. But, this is a conversation that you have to look at. It is a conversation that you have to have over time. What surprises me above all, interesting that the article mentioned stable coins, because I've told this story, but I'll tell it again. It's been a little while. at Bitcoin Miami. The Senator Cynthia Lummis spoke at Bitcoin Miami, and she was basically saying that the first thing in line for them to deal with was the stablecoin bill. Stablecoin bill that was going to happen first before anything else. It never happened. It still hasn't happened, and that it's concerning because are they waiting for CBDCs? Is that what we're saying here? Or is the plan to let it wait? Is the plan to bring the hammer down on DeFi all at once? You do gotta consider the truth of it, and it is unfortunate. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. All right, we're done with all the regulatory stuff, but I had to talk about. I had to let you guys be aware of the stories going on here. All right, so blah blah blah. Checking the chat here. We got Crypto Wars in the house. Much love to my boys over there. So to Keeper, much love, much love. Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat in a couple minutes. Yeah, much love to Crypto Wars. Make sure you guys smash the like button. What are we at on the likes right now? A little bit down on day, but not a big deal. It's only a Tuesday and the market's boring. I don't expect this to be my record-breaking live stream, but we are only at 56 likes right now with 126 watching. Hopefully the show fills in before the end. We normally get at least over 250 on this show, so hopefully we get there. If not, I understand. Today is not really the day. It's a pretty boring day in crypto. I'm not gonna lie. So if I'm spending the first bit of the show talking about what the SEC might do, there's not that much news going on. So I feel. All right, so we got a super chat by $5 super chat from Campbell for a portfolio. Let me screenshot that bad boy really fast. I'll save it for the end of the show. Boom. Add to photos. All right. Campbell, I got you. I'll put you on the end of the show. Crypto Thorn out here wants a price prediction for Alf and Ondo right now on the show. Give me price predictions. You wild, bro. You wild. First of all, price predictions are for videos. I am bringing them back. I'm going to try to do one a week. The channel needs them. The channel needs them. It's true. I'm done trying to convince myself that I don't have to do them. I do still have to do them, and that's okay. I'm good at them. Yeah. If you ever, I actually, I am going to film the H-bar one probably tomorrow. And I actually went over the script last night, and I actually went back and watched my H-bar price prediction from Hit Network. And dude, I was a machine. I was going off in those videos, man. Go back and watch that. Go watch that price prediction. I have kind of got away from the way I used to have so many statistics kind of compounded in one video. I would search for so many little charts, little graphics, little things. And I kind of got away from that, kind of going for an overarching point rather than a bunch of small punches. And I think actually a bunch of small punches was probably better. I watched that video and forgot it was me doing it. I was like, shit. That video was dope. Yeah. So I am certainly, I'm going to get back to the roots, man. I got to get back to the roots. It's what I'm good at. Sometimes I overcomplicate my process and I kind of get away from what I'm good at trying to evolve. But then I'm just like, dude, you got to stick to what you know. You can't overcomplicate it too much. So will I do price predictions for Alf and Ondo eventually? I hope so. You never know. But all right, this is a perfect question from my guy, Leg Bite. Come on, man. You've been around here long enough to know. AJ writes, Crypto, if you had to choose between XRP or ADA, which one should you choose? The answer is I'm never, ever, ever going to pick between two coins because the point, LMAO, he says in the chat, the point of crypto is diversification. When people say, well, you want to pick Algorand or H-bar, knowing they're my two favorite coins, knowing that I know the people who run these projects. I've interviewed Lehman Bard, I've interviewed Mark, I've met Zenobia and Lehman in person. I'm going to Decipher. I can't publicly say that. And the point also is diversify. Both is the answer. And right now, holding XRP or Cardano is painful. It's not fun. If I'll pull the charts later if you want to see, but it's not a good time. Do you think Algo can 8x still? Yeah, I do. Certainly do. Also, Mojo, if we are forced to leave our country, there's a good chance you're going to want to be in a place without extradition agreement with the U.S. That's a good point. Dude. I hate to go into this, but I do think about this a lot. Like, man, like if it really gets bad, like where am I going? You know what I mean? And it sucks because I have like a lot of family here, and my life's kind of in America. I've been in America my whole life. Like, where would I go? And like, if I go somewhere, it obviously has to be for a big tax break. I didn't know when 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when I really got into crypto, I did not think I'd make as much money as I have. I didn't think it would. I had no idea, so I do think about that. Where would I go? Where would be cool? Could I move my family out too? Like, there's a lot. It's tough, man. It's tough. But then it's also like, with capital gains as bad as they are, it's basically like, spend X million dollars on taxes, or use that money to relocate and buy a house and buy a car and do whatever, and you're still saving money from what you would have given Uncle Sam. So it's kind of like this weird toss up, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. Well, actually, Puerto Rico, that's funny someone says that. I don't think that's the choice. I've talked to people, crypto people that made, millions and millions in 2021 that were like, trust me, you don't want to move to Puerto Rico. And I'm like, why? It sounds nice. And they're like, I don't know. Don't you like roads? There's a little thing in America called infrastructure, and we like that. That's basically what they said. They moved there solely for the tax break and realized very quick that this ain't it. I think Dubai does check out. Maybe like the Cayman Islands or something. But, my whole thing is like, there's no dirt bikes over there, man. There is no dirt bikes. Exactly. I didn't even realize Marsh said that in the chat. Marsh is over here like, yeah, but there's no dirt bikes there. My guy. I didn't even realize that you said that. That's so funny. All right. I'm getting off track here. I do like hanging out with the chat though. So, all right. I'm going to go into a handful of charts. I do see that next portfolio rating. Let me screenshot that bad boy. We'll go through the ringer with charts. We'll do some portfolios. And then I'm going to film some videos. Save to photos. Boom. All right. Appreciate you, new guy. Where are we going? We don't need roads, AJ. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. We do need roads. Okay. Oh yeah, this is an interesting story. It did come out yesterday, but it came out after the live stream, so I wanted to hit it really fast. Bitcoin network tops 1 billion in total transactions processed. That is pretty cool. 1 billion transaction in 15 years. That's the whole story. That's it. Finally, 1 billion transactions. It doesn't happen easily. 7 to 10 transactions per second. That's not much, everyone. That's not much. And that kind of like really does kind of metrics like that. Like, how can that not open your eyes to, kind of the truth of, which coins are actually moving. Like they say how Hedera, for instance, it can handle 10,000 transactions per second, but how much has it actually handled? I'm going to dip into my video bag a little bit here, and I will show you this that I found from chainaspect.com. Is it showing it? Okay, it is showing it. Sweet. So Hedera is number one by TPS. And theoretically, it says that it can handle 10,000, but the max recorded TPS is what matters. How fast has it actually gone? We're looking at 3,287 transactions per second. Solana behind that, Tron, and there you go. Real time. Here we are right now. The max block time governance. There you go. So, and time finality, TTF. So this is really interesting to look at. I will copy and paste this into the chat if you want to take a longer look at it yourself. This obviously is a big, it's hard to ignore Hedera, everybody. It's hard to ignore HBAR. During my research for my HBAR price prediction video that I will be filming and releasing this week, I did buy another, God, I hate when it covers my face. I did buy another $5,000 in HBAR. Another $5,000 in HBAR. Like a FOMO, a fearless FOMO. And how could you not? Hey, yo, to be fair, it is funny how Algorand is so far down the list on number 10, but it's actually kind of BS because if you look at max recorded TPS, Hedera 3287, everything is well below Hedera. BNB at 17, Solana 16, like nothing else is in the 3000s until you get to Algorand, which is 3227. So it's a little bit below Hedera, but shouldn't it be up there? You know what I mean? Because of the max recorded TPS, but that's because the real-time TPS is kind of what's running the show, and there's a lot more activity on Hedera than there is on Algorand, because if it's only, real time, it's 11.7 transactions per second, but it can handle 32. It does go to show, Algorand can handle a large load. It is scalable. It is lightning fast, but it doesn't have the transactions, at least not right now. I think it will over time, but just not right now. Very, very interesting metrics to look at here. Let me pull this back here. I'm going to check the chat. All right, still got a couple super chats. Let me take a screenshots of those really quick. I can't wait to hire someone to take those screenshots. And my mic stand broke. Okay, that was fun. All right. Boom. Boom. All right. Got that screenshot for you guys. Going to save those for the end of the show. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we got Mackie Powers coming in with another one. Might as well just do all the screenshots now and then do that at the very end. I will say maybe one more after Mackie and then no more after Mackie. So we'll do one. If one other person wants to get in after Mackie, fine, but no more than one. I will say that. All right. So going to run through some charts here. So I wanted to come to this. So got to keep an eye on the dollar. Didn't mean to draw that. Did put in a slightly higher low, but it is still trading below the trend line. And it, that's kind of the story right now. We want to see the dollar continue to fall. It is good that it's broken down out of the trend line. It was in an ascending, broadening channel. It's good to see that it broke down, but it's still putting in higher lows. It's still fighting. We want to see this thing drop down. If you kind of go back and look at other times when we pumped and the dollar was falling, and think about the magnitude of those pumps, for instance, 2023 from, October 2023 to the beginning of the year, Christmas time, that was a really nice crypto pump. I was there. You guys were too. We kind of want to see something similar happen with the dollar. We want to see the dollar maybe form its own little downward channel like that. That's what we want. All right. So keep an eye on the dollar, everyone. Very, very useful chart. It might not make that much sense if you're a beginner, but you want to follow the dollar. This is also really bullish. This is kind of why I'm so confused right now. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy conditions right now. This is a tough time to trade crypto. But you look at the stock market, the S&P 500, not only did the S&P break out of a descending, broadening channel, it also broke support resistance. It is coming to fight its all-time high, where the previous all-time high is represented by this yellow line at the bottom down there. Very interesting that the stock market is bouncing. We even kind of, we had a death cross with the bull cross, death cross back and forth fight with the EMAs on the 2-hour, ultimately resulted in a golden cross on the 2-hour. It is only the 2-hour, obviously the larger the time frame, the more important the indication, but it looks like the S&P is putting up a fight. This is really good. We do want to see that, and it has translated over to crypto, at least in the past hour. Right here about 9:30 this morning, Bitcoin has pumped over almost 2% since 9:30 this morning. When I looked at crypto this morning, it was like this, and since it has bounced up off of that, Thank God. I was a little worried. So during the show, it actually has woken up. And a slightly higher low as well. So, we really want to see Bitcoin continue to, first of all, stay above this support resistance level. That is very big deal. Very big deal. We hold support resistance, at least local support resistance, and we want to see, it push up and get above this support resistance here around 67.1. That would be, basically a very big deal for Bitcoin to break. And if you even kind of draw, this little trend line here from, this touch, Bitcoin has gotten above those, the touches of these 3 points, 1, 2, 3 there. So it's in a weird spot. It's kind of in the limbo. That's kind of what I've been saying this whole time. So, keep a close eye on it. Would like to see it even, when you zoom out, it's going to take time for the bigger strides to make. But when you're scalp trading, when you're small time frame trading, you really want to follow, this support resistance right here. Got rejected. Lower high here. We want to see, is it going to come up and get above, 64.6? Is it going to get to 64.7? Can it retest this? You really do pay attention to every little move when you're scalp trading. And it's very much relevant looking at Bitcoin because of how the altcoins react to Bitcoin. For instance, looking at the graph, okay? This is a chart I follow a lot. The graph is my largest private holding. I just said that on the channel. The graph is my largest private holding. And it has held, although it lost its uptrend. As you can see, I can just kind of go ahead and get rid of that now. Less graffiti on the chart. But it has held this support resistance right here at 28.3. That is really good to see. And I bet, look, just like because Bitcoin has popped up and held support resistance, so will the alts. All right. All the charts move very similar. You got to pay attention to that. All right. So now let's, this would be what I would describe as a conditional range on the graph, where if it goes above 30.6, breaks this level, we're going long, and we lose this level, we're going short. It is that simple. The top level is 30.6. The bottom level is 28.3. Boom, boom, bang. Arrow, this is another one we've talked about at length. It is, inside a very large conditional range. This would not be a scalp trade. This would be a big swing move. I don't even think you can leverage trade this one on Phemex, hence why I'm not trying to leverage trade it. I will double check that, but I'm not sure. Solana, big news here. Fighting at 156.83. Putting up a fight in this conditional range. It kind of got above, kind of got rejected. If you look at the 2 hour, it's a little bit more obvious. It actually has a little bit of bearish divergence playing out on the 2 hour, but when you zoom in, it does look like it's putting up a fight here. Definitely have that alarm locked at 156. If we can, close on, so we can close above, let me get rid of market cipher A here for a second. If we can close above the 50 EMA above this line, I would feel like that is a safe long. What would be the target for that long? Well, let's go back and look at where it's been before. We also keep in mind with the break of this level, because I'm going off this support resistance line and this support resistance line there, that there is another level right here, okay, at 159. So even if you went from the break to there, would be about a 2% trade. I feel like Solana's going to give you hell at these levels. Like I'm saying, these are tough conditions. This isn't, I don't feel like this is going to be a big breakout trade. In the event it gets above this one, I would feel a lot better if we get above the 159 level, because if you look at the volumes, big gap in the volume profile right here. All right, big gap in the volume profile, and you want to see it kind of run up through here to this SR, would be about a 9% move to 169. That's what we're talking about. And in the event where Bitcoin can get back above, the 67,000, that's when we really start kind of waking up the trades, with the other coins like Solana. I got a couple other charts here I'm saving for the Telegram group, going through. I don't really feel the need. The tolerance kind of boring at the moment. All right, let's talk about Hedera. Let's talk about HBAR really quick. Looking at the 2 hour here. What I do like to see here is that It was coming down the oscillator, but it's already curving over pretty quick. You see how, let me get my volume profile back here. You see how on the bottom on market cipher B, how it's not really going far down, but it's kind of turning around quickly. That is kind of what you want to see when you want the price to go up. You don't really want it to spend time down here. You want it to be up here, trading like above that the whole time, above that 50 line, right? So it is putting up a fight there. It is doing its best to hold this big support resistance at 11 cents. Also, obviously, another big support resistance at H bar for 10 cents. It is at least it's nice that it's very simple about, the levels that it's holding. And I will say that on the 12-minute chart, it is trying to get its butt above that 50 EMA, above that 200 EMA. They are very close together, kind of have this little double bottom idea, slightly higher low. It's putting up a fight. And I think that, it might not be a bad time to go long. I think that this 12.3 level is a target, from yesterday. About a 9% move to get back to that level. I think if H bar, you can kind of front run getting above these EMAs and, stop loss a little bit below that support resistance level there, that might be a trade. I'm going to keep an eye on it. All right. So, and then, yes. So actually I'm going to skip that one. I got to save some of the chart. Okay. So this is an interesting one. This is one that I gave to the Telegram group. I think last night, maybe the day before. I kind of forget exactly when I gave it, but this is the 2 hour. So we're kind of zoomed out big time at the time. So this was 2 days ago. At the time, I gave a conditional range. The volume profile is not working at the moment. So I gave a conditional range on this right here. It was, trading is kind of above and below this, the EMA, big fight for the EMA right here. And there was volume. Let me get the volume profile to pop up. So, we were, kind of watching this one very closely, right? And we had a conditional range on 909 on 878. It did break to the upside. And then from the break of that to the top here, I mean, let's hit the scoreboard. From the break of the alarm to the top, we are talking about a 19.3% trade in 2 days and 7 hours. Big shout out to anyone in the Telegram group that nailed that trade. Absolutely great job. And this was actually very interesting support resistance line here at 992. I remember drawing this level as well. And if this was actually very interesting because it kind of fought at this level, but this was kind of the giveaway. The giveaway of this trade was that it bounced off the 200 right there. I would have felt very safe. If I was in this trade and saw the bounce off the 200, I would have been very safe to ride it up to the top. So, man, great job to anybody in the Telegram group that nailed that trade. Been winning trades left and right in the Telegram group. Not going to lie. We've been doing very well over there. And I'm super excited for everybody in the group that's been knocking them out of the park. And hey, even the Phemex coin coming along well. I bought a little bit more at 80, a little bit more at 82. I got a bunch of it staked, like $13,000. I showed you guys yesterday the amount of PT coin I have staked back to 80, almost back to 88 cents. And the reason that this coin is so, kind of easy to hold because 89% of the circulating supply is staked. When things get volatile, this thing doesn't really move that much to the downside because so much of it is staked, so much of it is protected. So big shout out to Phemex and the PT coin. I think it's going to be a big winner. But if anyone wants to sign up for the Telegram group, take your trading to the next level, send me an email, aj.alphagroup@gmail.com. We have been winning trades just about every day, left and right, been putting up a lot of ideas. This has been tough conditions, but we've still been able to find the coins. I'm always kind of able to gravitate to the coins that are winners. All right. Sometimes it kind of takes time for positions to play out. It doesn't happen overnight. But that render trade I gave you on Monday, or was it was either Sunday night or Monday, I gave the render trade. Here we are. We're up 19.3%. Just like that. Very simple. Very simple. I want to help as many people as I can, give you insight on what I'm looking at, what I'm doing, how I'm trading, how I'm winning. Over 110 people in the group. We've been doing very well. I'm excited for everybody who's already in the group and successful at it. And I'm also excited for the people that are watching this right now that are about to sign up, that are about to start winning a lot more trades. So come on down. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right. So perfect. Going to Mike J. What time do you typically post in the Telegram group? Is it any time or more mornings, more evenings? It has been more evenings. Sometimes I post in the morning or right after the live stream. But a lot of times I do end up posting, excuse me, I do end up posting after 5 p.m. EST, as in because I do a lot of videos and recording and content and spaces and stuff here. And then when I go home, and then I'll spend an hour looking at the charts. I mean, I spent like a half hour posting in the group last night from like 8 to 8:30, something like that. So I do put a lot of time into it. But I kind of been posting more at nighttime recently, but I want to get back to posting more in the mornings and kind of doing both. My goal for myself every day is to post at least 3 setups. And every time I say that, I'm like, yeah, okay. And I end up posting like 7 or 8. So that's just kind of how I am. I kind of go over the top all the time, but we've been more evenings lately, but I'm trying to get into a habit of spreading it out a little bit more. Good question. So amazing. Check in the chat. Okay, so we do have a handful of portfolios ratings I want to get into a little bit. I do want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors really fast. Big shout out to Market Cypher. Got the shirt on today. If you want to, the indicator that I use, for all my charts, let me pull it up. It is this bad boy right here. It's called Market Cypher B. So basically, this is the best oscillator in trading. Even stock market traders use Market Cypher. It's very simple. So we kind of have, the oscillators here, momentum waves, and you can, if these diverge from the price action, if the price action is going, this way, and this is going, so if you look at these two right here, okay, those two, and if the price is going this way and it's diverging, that would be called a bullish divergence, right? And then you can kind of lock in the time to go long based off of when the price is diverging from the oscillator. It's also kind of simple because it has the RSIs as well. It has the money flow, literally the money flow going red to green, green to red, red to green. Very easy to use. And the VWAP as well, the yellow in there. And literally my trading career is broken into before Market Cypher and after Market Cypher. And obviously after Market Cypher, things changed for me in a pretty short amount of time. Big shout out to Crypto Face. Big shout out to the Flopping Groper. Much love to those boys. And appreciate you guys sponsoring this channel from the very beginning. When I first decided to do this channel, I gave Crypto Face a call. I said, dude, I'm going out on my own. I'm starting my own channel. I'm leaving Hit Network. Can you please sponsor my channel? He didn't hesitate. Of course, bro. I got you. No problem. And just thank you. Amazing. Got to give love to the boys. Big shout out to Phemex. That is my exchange sponsor. I do all my trading on Phemex. Everyone in the group does their trading on Phemex as well. Make sure you click the link down below and sign up for Phemex Pulse. If you want to sign up for Phemex Pulse, kind of a social fi thing. You can win PT tokens every day. I post one setup from my Telegram group in Phemex Pulse every day. I think I might have forgot yesterday, but for the most part, I do it just about every day. And then big shout out to BAZED. BAZED is my newest sponsor. I'm a brand ambassador for them. Crypto casino, do like a lot of sports betting, a lot of even like some crypto related stuff. Let me pull this over so y'all can see it. Crypto related stuff too, like will Bitcoin hit 100,000 this day? Which AI token will have the highest market cap? Which meme coin will have the highest market cap? I mean, you can bet on all kinds of stuff. It can be crypto stuff. You can bet on sports, badminton, play slots. They have a really cool poker setup, but they're actually working on it. They're bringing the poker back. And that was a big deal for me when having the conversation with them, because I'm a big poker guy. I love playing poker. So I'm very excited. Maybe I'll do like some free roll type tournaments for everybody. When free roll type tournaments for the Grogger Nation here. And if you get top 3, you win something real, even though it's free to get in the tournament. Maybe I'll do some stuff like that. So if you haven't, checked it out, definitely click the link down below in the description. Get yourself signed up for BAZED. It's a really awesome platform. Big. I'm excited that we got it going. It wasn't easy, and it's one of those things that I'm certainly kind of taking a chance. But I feel like it's worth taking a chance. This is crypto. You have to take chances. And I know that it's a legit platform. They put a lot of work into it. It's been coming for a while. And I think the timing is really, really good right now. So why not? Big shout out to BAZED. I'm super grateful. And I can't wait to get in there, play some games, play some cards, bet on some sports, all the things. Going to keep it rolling here. Yeah, definitely listen to the Glitter Queen. Everybody smash those likes. Let me get a quick refresh on the stream, see where we're at in terms of the like count here. 122. We are behind today. Y'all are killing me, Smalls. How many people are in here? 202 people. Whew. 80 of you are in big trouble. Big trouble. Make sure you smash likes if you haven't already. I got the final. There it is. The final portfolio of the day. I'm going to screenshot this. No more portfolios after MCA 98. That's the last one. No more after that. I'm going to get into this segment here really quick. But I do. Oh, yeah. I'm going to run through this fast. I said this yesterday, but but it still hasn't, they still haven't been decided. And some of you might have not heard about this. So let me actually pull this over 1 second. Why is this being so strange? Okay. So I have 3 active giveaways on my Twitter that are not done yet. And I wanted, if anyone missed me talk about this yesterday, I want to give everybody, one more chance. I might have them open tomorrow, and I think they're going to close on Thursday. They're definitely going to close on Thursday. So today and tomorrow are the last days you can get it on them. Over on my Twitter, thing number 1, sometime this month, I'll be interviewing Algorand's new CMO, Mark Van Leberg, working on pronouncing that name. I think I got the beginning part good, but the end, I just don't have it down yet. Give him a follow for sure. And if you could ask him anything related to Algorand, what would it be? Whoever writes my favorite question gets a shout out in the video and $100 in Algorand. I will probably pick more than one question. So a couple of people have a chance to win $100 in Algorand and to get your name shouted out in the video. The next giveaway that I have is for the next Get Rich or Get Wrecked merch drop. I am super excited about this drop. Probably the cleanest merch drop we've done so far with, the astronaut, the half and half white, black grogger on the back looking super fresh. This comes out Thursday, but if you want to get one for free, 3 people, 1, 2, 3 people who like and retweet this tweet right here will win one of these awesome Crypto Chips shirts for free. That is the second giveaway. And the third giveaway is for BAZED.com. Like I just talked about my crypto casino sponsorship. This is kind of to kick it off proper, that excited that I'm the newest brand ambassador for the company, doing a $1,000 giveaway. One person wins $1,000. All you have to do is like and retweet this tweet, give them a follow on Twitter, and sign up for BAZEDBet.com with the link below. You don't have to, if you don't want to gamble or anything, you don't have to. I do suggest signing up though, because we will be doing free roll poker tournaments once they get the poker back in a couple of weeks for the Grogger Nation. So, everybody can play poker. It won't cost you anything to sign up, but if you do good in the tournament, you will win real crypto, real money, real whatever we decide to give away. So definitely, get ahead of the curve, sign up for BAZED, and, give yourself a chance to win in this $1,000 giveaway. Give it out to Grogger Nation. Big shout out to you guys. I love doing giveaways. Why not? All right, let's do these damn portfolio ratings. Oh man, I'm glad we're doing a proper rate my portfolio today. I think we got about 6 super chats to run through pretty quick. I'm going to kind of rapid fire. I'm not gonna run through them too fast, but I am going to try to move my booty here. Boom and boom. Okay. Got them all pulled over. Let me start with the top here. Share this tab instead. Click this button. Right before we do this, we have about 200 people watching the show still. Appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This segment here is, this is my bread and butter. This is where this channel started. This is what got this live stream on the map. Segment called Rate My Portfolio, where you guys send in your portfolio and I give you a rating, and a brutally honest rating from -5 to 100. With your portfolio, you also have to give me your goal, because your goal is the most important part, because a 100 rating, a higher score, is a strong degree of certainty, in my opinion, that you will achieve your goal. It has nothing to do with if I like your coins or don't like your coins. It has everything to do with, are you going to achieve that goal? Yes, no. And that's why we have a scale of -5 to 100. And, it could start at 0, but there's a reason there's a -5 there. I'm going to say that. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Shout out to Remington Peralt, Grogger Nation, choose rich. Damn right we do. Campbell, $5 super chat, $225,000 portfolio. Damn. We got 69% H bar. Holy shoot. 11% Algo, 10% Jasmine. Is this Jesse Walker? 6% Bong, 4% the Graph, and plus a 1 million Gala coin moon bag. That's cute. That's adorable. All right, man. Well, this is one of those examples. This is one of those examples where even if you hold a bad distribution, and even if this is bad distribution, Campbell, and even if it's 69% of my favorite coin in crypto, the H bar is without a shadow of a doubt in my top 3 favorite coins in crypto. Definitely top 3. All right. And even then, I would not suggest my own mother to hold 69% of that coin in her bag. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even let my own mom do what you're doing. Is it ballsy? Yes. Will it work? Probably. But the point is, you don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. It's a rookie move, especially that much money. We're talking well over $100,000 in H bar. Well over $100,000, man. Like, do it. If you're going to do it, at least you did it with a good coin, I guess. But man, this is ballsy, Campbell. This is ballsy. If anything goes wrong, dude, it's not going to happen. I mean, what's the point of holding 4% Graph, 6% Bonk? What's the point? It's not good distribution. I would not advise anyone to do it this way. The coin selection's fine. H bar, Algo, Jasmine, Bonk, Graph, Gala. It sounds like someone swinging for the fences is what it sounds like. It sounds like someone does not care about anchor picks, does not care about portfolio protection. You are okay with the volatility. You are riding the roller coaster. You're going to wake up and your portfolio is going to toggle 20, 30, 40, even, $30,000, $20,000 per day. Your portfolio is going to toggle. And I would not suggest this type of distribution. But you're looking for an 8 to 10. I feel like the likelihood of you achieving your goal is probably pretty high, despite how bad your distribution is. But I cannot get around, even if it's with my favorite coin, I wouldn't suggest that anyone does this. So I can't give you can't be in the 80s because of your distribution. So I'm going to give you like a 73 because I still think you have a high chance of achieving your goal despite the distribution. But this is a rookie move. And I wish you the best, man. Get rich or get wrecked, he says in the chat. Hey, live by the sword, die by the sword. Campbell, I like you. You have balls. I feel like you'll probably achieve your goal, but you have to see where I'm coming from. That is a sketchy distribution. That is super top heavy. I am happy to see that it's top heavy into a coin that can 8 to 10x. That's for sure. It's not top heavy in Bitcoin or Ethereum. So you have scored some points with me. You have balls. You're living by the sword. You're dying by the sword. As long as you're okay with the consequences in any event, anything goes wrong, fine. But I understand where you're coming from at the same time. Wouldn't suggest my own mother to do what you're doing, but I still feel like you'll probably achieve your goal. Thanks for being here, Campbell. I do appreciate you. We got my new guy already 2.5x in profit. All right. Hell yeah. 65K total. Did a significant portfolio overhaul. 37.5 render, 25 graph, 25 ondo, 12.5 H bar, 1 to 10x from here, 15x if I degen mode. All right. Well, you're holding 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. And instead of going 25, 25, 25, you went 37.5 for render to 12.5 H bar. Oh, whoa. Man, it's not as bad as Campbell. It's not as bad as Campbell, but is super duper top heavy. You're basically 40% of one coin. If anything goes wrong with render, you're screwed. I wouldn't, I don't think this is enough coins, and it's obviously super top heavy. You're obviously missing a lot of narratives here. You want a 10. He wants the 10 from here. All right. Well, let's look at this. I have never done a price prediction on render, to be completely honest with you. I do hold the project. I do like the project. I think what they're doing is pretty cool. But can render 10x. This is the coinperspective.com, my favorite place to do moon math. And if you go to render and click 10x, it would be worth $106, about $107. It would have a market cap of 41.6. Oh, 41.6. Oh, yeah. I think render can 10x for sure. Not for sure, but high degree of certainty. 20 billion for $53. 83 billion for 213 for a 20x. Yeah, that does seem achievable for render. I'm not gonna lie. Damn it. I didn't want to feel that way. Damn it, new guy. Damn it. I didn't want to be as excited for your portfolio as I am right now. I wanted to be upset with you because you have bad distribution and you're making rookie mistakes, but you're already in profit. You're already killing it, and you are way too top heavy. And you only have 4 coins. You get points for conviction, but dude, you also have to be ready to pivot. If you like, if that bag 6x's, you're not going to sell nothing. You're not going to sell anything if that bag 6x's. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a scenario exit strategy, bro. I've been holding render since $3, which is why it's so highly distributed. That's fair. That's totally fair. I don't hate it, bro. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. All right. I do suggest a consistent DCA strategy. Maybe add a 5th or 6th coin DCA along the way. If we're looking at, the end of 2025 to be the top of the bull run based off of being a year and a half after the Bitcoin halving, which has happened every single time, the past 3 halvings, we really have between now and say September, maybe October, to buy as much crypto as we can and still hold that crypto for 1 year for a long-term capital gains tax break. So, new guy, I don't hate your portfolio. I think a 10x, I think it's very possible for you to 10x your portfolio, but I would I can't even say suggest. If it was me, I would DCA into 2 or 3 more coins to have more distribution, and I would leave the coins I have alone and probably just focus on getting a can more coins to spread out that distribution. I think that your portfolio is probably going to be fine. All right, Spy Trader, $5. Had to sell my entire bag 2 months ago and hurrying to stack another $10,000 port. Looking for a 15x. Oh, God. 20% in each Ondo, Goldfinch, Alf with Pyth. All right. So I have a $5,000 bag of Pyth, and I kind of think I'm holding it for experimental reasons because this month, Pyth circulating supply is going to double. 2 times. Okay. I'm worried about that. I like Goldfinch. Goldfinch is a coin that a little birdie told me about a couple weeks ago. It's outside the top 200. It's already done very well. I talked about it before it did really well. So shout out to anybody in the chat that heard me talk about Goldfinch and then bought it and then it pumped. Congratulations. But an AL EPH. I know Ben's talking about that one. I think with Ondo, it scares me to think that Whiff might be the weakest link in that bag. It's either With or Pyth. That's for sure. I think ALE, Elf, Ondo, Goldfinch, those are probably the stronger 3. Whiff has already done very well. I don't know. I don't know if Whiff can 10x from here. I don't know. I think that it already did so good. And Pyth is kind of a big old question mark because of what's about to happen to its tokenomics. So I can't, with a strong degree of certainty, tell you you're going to 15x. I think anyone looking for more than a 10x is not playing crypto realistically. Do you realize what it takes just for you to double your money? To double your money. It's not an easy thing to do. You can't just expect the market to multiply everything you own by 15. Like, it's not realistic. I would never suggest anybody to go into a bull market expecting a 15x because you're probably going to write it to 0. I wouldn't suggest anybody go into a bull market expecting a 10x. I think that if you expect a 6x and take slowly off the board, DCA out like you DCA in, if you have some exposure that gets to 10x, sure. But if you're waiting for your entire bag to 10x, it's a good way to get in trouble. And the fact you're looking for a 15x with that bag, with a bunch of question marks surrounding a coin that already pumped to high heavens and a coin that tokenomics is about to double. The point of Rate My Portfolio is a score of -5 to 100 based off the likelihood of you achieving your goal. I have to give this portfolio like a 30. It's not a high degree of certainty that you're going to achieve your goal with that portfolio. I hate to say it. I don't hate the picks. I don't hate the distribution, but your goal is way too high. Temper your expectations. If you said this exact bag with a 6 or 7x, you would have got a 93 5 minutes ago. All right. Yuyo 323. I know you guys can't see that because my big stupid head's in the way. 1 second. Okay. 13.5 Ondo, 29% XRP. Someone went out of order. 25% near. 20 H bar, 6 ELF, 3 Goldfinch, 3 SUI, $61,000. Looking to get to 750,000. Will continue to DCA. I'm telling you, Mexico is an option. I'm not moving to Mexico. In no scenario does AJ move to Mexico. 0% chance. That's why we have the -5 Yuyo right there. I like to visit, though. Had a great time in Mexico City, but I would know under 0 circumstances would I ever move there. I don't know why you're holding 25% of your bag in XRP, especially if you're looking to 10x. I mean, dude, like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. All right. And dude, if you want to hold 7% or less in your portfolio XRP, fine, but to front run your portfolio in XRP as if it's going to take you to the promised land, as if it's going to be the one that 10x is for you, dude, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Remember, we went back, we looked at render here, right? We looked at render here, and we talked about how if render to 10x render, it would take $41.6 billion. Render's only at $4.2 billion. When I was kind of upset with New Guy for his render distribution because it's a bad distribution. But then I realized that it's probable that render 10x is from here. It's only going to take 41.6 billion with a coin that already has 4.2. That's not that much of a stretch. But then when you look at XRP, okay, and you realize that only 55% of its supply is in circulation, it still has 45% left to go over time. Okay, there's that. So XRP supply is basically going to double. And I'm saying 45% instead of 50%, but you get my point. And for XRP to 10x, it would require about $300 billion. $300 billion. 539, man. I just don't see it happening. Do I want it to happen? Yes. Do I hold XRP? Yes. Am I bullish on XRP and what they stand for and what they believe in? Of course I am. Of course I am. A vote for XRP is a vote for crypto. But at the same time, you got to understand that this thing has been intentionally suppressed for years and years and years. And you're going to put 25% of your portfolio on the line? Dude, come on, dude. 29% Ondo, that's pretty top heavy, but I get it why people are so bullish on that one, trying to lean into the new coin narrative. 20% near. If you didn't have XRP, I would really like your near pick, because near is a really solid top 20 pick. But then when you realize that between near and XRP, that 45% of your bag is inside the top 20 and you're looking to 10x plus, man. You're too top heavy, and the coins that you have that can run, you have 6% or less. Ondo, it's really up to Ondo working triple overtime, because XRP is going to hold you back like I can't think of a good hold you back narrative right now. But you get my point. Yeah, man. 67. Mackie Powers, 171,000 total. My guy coming out swinging. 20% PAL AI. Holy shit. 20%, 15% Pyth. We have 13% in GFI H-bar graph, 11 CAS, 5 Arrow, 6 doesn't give a flux, 5% looking at 110,000 into a coin with a market cap under 500 mil, looking for an 8 to 10. All right, well, if you're going to 8 for 10, that's probably the bag. If you're going to 8 to 10, that's probably the bag to do it with, Mackie. I don't know if I would lead any portfolio with PAL AI, but I think it's a good pick. But would I lead my portfolio with PAL AI? Absolutely not. No way. No way. Do I like it as a pick? Yeah. Would I make a portfolio and have 10% of it, 13% of it? Sure. But is that my front runner? No. No. And you also got to consider.
AJ on a roll, you guys.
Am I extra spicy right now?
A little bit. You're a little spicy.
Should I be less mean?
Yeah, like channel your inner Jada a little bit.
I don't have an inner Jada.
You do.
I don't.
It exists.
No, I don't. Bye. Okay. So, all right. So, Mackie, I'm going to be nice to you. I think PAL AI is a great idea. You're going to make it. I'm kidding. I don't know, man. Like, I think PAL AI is a great project. Don't get me wrong. I think people miss my point sometimes. PAL AI is a great project. You know, I found PAL AI very early on. I found PAL AI. And now it is kind of at a point where it's starting to, let's look at the chart. And then I have one more port and then I want to run. PAL was an early pick. Okay. That makes more sense. Mackie. So he had PAL and it grew into his number one. Okay. I feel way less bad about this now. But yeah, man, I even from there, like, would I redistribute? I think is the question here. Let's take a quick look at the PAL chart, and then I will have a little bit more to say about it. I like the project. I like what they're doing. They have, what I like about PAL AI is that it's a project that has an ROI. PAL is making money. You know, if you kind of look at the PAL chart here, and kind of even ignoring market cipher, you know, it did break down out of that little setup there. Let me get rid of some of this shit, and then you kind of pull this. Well, yeah, it's looking like it's either about to get shut down or it's about to break out. It's one or the other. It's very close. How much of a pop would it be to get back to all-time high? 76%. Okay. 6-hour chart. Kind of look like a rejection. Support resistance. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, man, that's a good point. AJ got that big money. You don't buy low caps. I buy some low caps. I hold low caps. I hold PAL. I hold this coin. I don't like that. It looks like it's about to get shut down at support resistance. You know, basically, I would draw an alarm on PAL at 53.3. It needs to break out of the support resistance. Right here was the floor. And now it is looking like it's about to get shut down, but it also could be forming a bull cross on the 6-hour. So it's in a strange spot. It is up, 75% in 12 days. Mackie, did you ride this thing all the way down? Where did you buy it? If it was an early pick, I started talking about PAL back in like February, January. It ran 500%. I remember that. And then you're telling me it went up 500% and you didn't sell? Is that what you're telling me? Oh man, Mackie, we got bruh. I don't hate it, dude. I don't hate it. Oh, wrong button. I think that's just too much money to have in. You have, Mackie, I must say. Okay. Well, dude, I'm just saying that you have $171,000 and there is no safety for your portfolio. That's what I'm worried about. You have no safety. We're talking, all right, we're looking PAL, a coin that pumped to the high heavens and has come down big and may or may not be breaking support resistance. And it already had a really crazy pump. Look at Cash, already had a really crazy pump. Like you have so much money, and I don't understand why you're so fixated on buying riskier low cap picks. You're playing crypto like you have $5,000 to your name. Your crypto portfolio is the portfolio someone would have if they had 5 to 10 grand. You're doing that with 100. You see my point. This could pay off big, Mackie. Don't get me wrong. This strategy, this could pay off. But I with that much money, you got to play a protection game a little bit. I get if anything's going to 8 to 10x, it's going to be your bag. Trust me. But man, I don't see what. I'd be playing it a lot safer than that, man. I get what you're doing, but dude, Jada, let me do my show. We got the
No. So I was just overlooking this list.
Peanut gallery,
and he's still putting in 10 grand. So like,
no, but 10 grand into 171,000 makes zero difference. Very little difference. So I know he has the graph, Jada. I know he has H bar. Okay, so and we have 26% into relatively safe picks. PAL is outside the top one. Pyth is either dancing on the edge or right outside the top one. GFI is outside the top 2. Arrow is outside top 1. I just don't understand why you're taking on so much risk. That's all I'm going to say. I'm done beating this one up. Mackie, I like you. We get along. We're friends. But there's no... I don't know. I think you will 8 to 10x, but I hope you don't. I hope that you don't care about this money if you play it wrong. That's all I'm going to say. I hope you don't care about it if you play it wrong. Score 75. MCA 98. AJ, what do you think of my portfolio? $22,000, 25% XRP. All right, that's it, everybody. Get rich or get wrecked. Have a good rest of your day. 25% XRP, 28 H bar, Algo, ADA, Ben, Graph. All right, it's a lot of XRP. It's a lot of ADA. You do have H bar, Algo to offset it, and then Ben and Graph are like your anchor picks. Well, the Graph is like an anchor pick. Ben is like a high risk, high reward pick. I don't understand if you're gonna have that much XRP. I don't get holding ADA. You know what I mean? Like you're really like a 36% of your bag is between XRP and Cardano. With only $22,000. You know what I mean? You're missing a couple coins, and I think you're balls deep in XRP. I don't hate this bag. It's a more even distribution compared to most things we've seen on the show today. But what I will say is that you're really counting on H-Bar and Algorand. And I don't think those are two bad coins to count on. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying that to take shots at H-Bar or Algorand. I'm saying that they are in a position where they will be forced to overperform because XRP is likely going to be suppressed. Mackie definitely gets the big balls award, Lee F. I'm with you on that. I don't hate it, man. He want the X's. I don't want to keep working the way I'm working. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I just think that you should play a little bit of the protection game. That's all I'm saying. But Mick Ye, dude, and I also don't have a goal, Mick Ye. You didn't give me a goal. I don't know what you're trying to do here. If you're trying to 5x, I'll give you a good score. If you were looking for more than a 7x, I'm giving you a bad score. There you go. The goal for me, okay, let me go back. Where's that? Where's the goal? What was the number? 490. Oh God, no. Mick, yeah, come on, dude. You're looking to $490,000 from 22 grand, where 25.7% of your portfolio is XRP. Come on, dude. Guys, XRP is a very, very large market cap coin. Large. Okay. It takes billions with a B of dollars for XRP just to double. All right. Let's just talk about this. For XRP to double its price from right here, it's going to require a $60 billion market cap. Just for it to go to $1.08, it will require $60 billion. $60 billion. Okay. Do you realize how much money that is? Do you realize how crazy that is? Like, people do not have a true grasp on reality. And I think that's sometimes why I get a little bit triggered on Rate My Portfolio, because it's really all right, this is why. I don't like telling people that they're messing up. I don't like saying what you're doing is wrong. I don't like doing that because it's my audience and I want to respect you guys. I want you guys to like the show. I don't want you to resent me because I shit on you in front of everybody. But I'm also going to be brutally honest. And I want to try to be quirky about it. And my point here, dude, is that if you have a $22,000 portfolio, you're trying to get the $400,000+ and you think you're going to get there by doing 25% of your portfolio in XRP when it takes $60 billion just for it to go to 50 cents to $1. In what world will that happen? You know, I don't want to be rude. I just want you guys to be a little bit more concrete, a little bit more plugged in to, you know, what's possible, what's realistic. And I'm not saying I don't like XRP. I think it's probably safe for 5 or 6x, but anything beyond that, you are really grasping for straws. And what I don't want to see, and this is why, because when you guys have these too high expectations, when you're shooting, you don't want to include logic in your inner monologue, and you get to the point where your portfolio does 6 or 7x and you're stuck on this 12 to 15x expectation, and then you just ride it to the bottom. That's what I don't want my audience to do. I will be pissed off if any of the 150 of you still here. I understand this show went way over. If any of you here ride it to the bottom, I feel like I didn't do my job, but it's also because you didn't listen to me or anyone else in crypto, because I've seen people ride it to the bottom terribly in a big way. I've told this. I'm not even going to tell the story. You know, the story about the sand. All right. And if you guys ride it to the bottom, it's like, why did you put all this effort in? Why did you get up every morning and watch the show? Why did you go read all these books? Why did you spend all your money? Like, I want you guys to do good. This is kind of more like I get upset because I want you all to succeed. And when you're not being logical, I'm like, dude, we have to talk, because even if it's harsh, even if you get mad at me, whatever, I would rather you get mad at me than you ride it to the bottom. That's all I'm going to say. Get rich, get wrecked. Have a safe rest of your day. Peace.